CloEE is the champion for CNC machines management, making Industry 4.0 affordable, fast to adopt and easy to use. We provide manufacturing companies with a software as a service that helps to increase overall equipment effectiveness by an average of 20% and measure and control carbon emissions. Trends in Industry 4.0 today.
Regarding our guests today, so we invited CloEE Industry 4.0 advisors. So I would love to present you Igor. He connected machines in the last century when he sold Xerox technologies as well as SAP solutions. Then he created his own Industry 4.0 startup, which he built from the ground, and it was one of the global leaders in industrial IoT and AI solution for the heavy industries with 2,500 presence. And also Kari Terho, he was in charge for the spin-off from the one of the biggest European telecom company, Elisa Smart Factory. And of course, their focus was industrial IoT and data analytics, automation, and cloud basically solutions. And Kari also been advising several Fortune 500 companies how to strategically transform and optimize their manufacturing operation with the help of digital technologies.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Hi, Kari.
Hi, Alex. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so the first question going to be from my end. What is going on Industry 4.0 nowadays? Which trends we can notice after the pandemic? Kari, can you share your thoughts and what you see?
Yeah, sure. So thanks, Alex. Advisory board of CloEE, and as mentioned, I've been involved now 9 years with industrial IoT and Industry 4.0. So I could state that I have a very good experience what has happened in the market and what is happening in the market. But Industry 4.0 today, for many years, when we started on the Industry IoT and Industry 4.0, companies and manufacturing companies conducted a lot of pilots. So they spent money on conducting pilots, and unfortunately, we are still in that field. Even so that we have a lot of good examples, we have good case studies. So already CloEE has been delivering solutions, but there are a lot of large manufacturing companies, just to name Procter & Gamble, Unilever, Bayer, Volkswagen Group, Daimler Group, and so forth. So we have good examples, but still we are in the pilot trap. And I think that is something which is also dependent on the thing that many of the suppliers have very massive solutions with the implementation time is 12 to 18 months to get results. And thus you need to have pilots before you make a decision like you would implement a huge SAP ERP solution. But then you need to think that without having the data of your production and the processes and the machines, you have really difficulties to operate and modify the production so that it's an optimal and you don't produce too much crap and the yield is good and so forth. And also now what is very important, like the very World Economic Forum's latest report says that the newest Industry 4.0 cases are showing significant sustainability impact. But also to be able to do that, you need to have the data. And now the question is, do you have solution or product vendors like CloEE which can implement results in weeks or in days compared massive implementations of ERP or full-blown MES solutions? So I would say, yes, there are technologies like CloEE technologies where you can get the results immediately. And you can see all the benefits what the Industry 4.0 gives you to improve your operations, improve your production capacity without investing a lot to the solutions or investing to new machines. So maybe that gives you a little bit insight what has happened and what is still happening and what is possible. And I will give to Igor or
Yeah, thank you, Kari. Before I will ask Igor a question, I just want to say that I support what you're saying because a month ago I met with big French manufacturers that told me that they did trials, but they need to scale. They have 100 factories, each 100 to 200 factories, automotive, railway. And the biggest challenge for them was that, yeah, they implemented the products, but they were not that much scalable. And what is probably needed for the market is, let's say, plug and play scalable product that will gather data and send it to SAP or whatever solutions you need to have. With this regards, I would love to ask our people, participants, if you faced similar challenges with your end customers, let's say, where, yes, big factory, they look quite interesting, but they moving slow, as well as like they implemented something but they couldn't scale. If you have such let's say pain or you face that, let us know which who is this, and we might together with you help you to bring them certain advices where they can improve and how to speed up. And then I'm moving to Igor. You created and sold several Industry 4.0 solutions before it even been called the Industry 4.0, probably. And which ones do you think were the most useful for the customers, and why?
Well, Alex, thank you for a question. So first of all, yeah, actually, nothing new. So connected machine existed even last century, 20th century. Speaking about solutions, I think all solutions must work, from simple data collection to famous digital twins based on artificial intelligence technologies. But I have to say that AI doesn't work in industrial domain yet. I tried, but it's not. So I've been paying 30 plus AI developers for a couple of years. We made more than 40 pilot projects. We've been put in the pilot traps, which Kari just mentioned, with industrial enterprises. And it was an expensive but very valuable experience. My AI team couldn't work efficiently without detailed and rich data, which you could gather only from the machines directly. Enterprises, unfortunately, do not have clear and enough data. But collecting and analyzing the data is crucial for companies to enhance their production processes and to stay competitive, especially in modern world where the remote operations are extremely important. And industrial companies today have the access to many affordable IT solutions for data collection, such as CloEE, for example, and automating and dispatching production machines, optimizing production based on the collected data, and eventually adopting robotics effective strategies here. And basically, we all know, and we heard about that, but we haven't seen yet a lot of enterprises. That's why we believe that we're in the right time and in the right place with our CloEE solution. So first, but very important step for the enterprise is to connect the equipment to the local network, to define the connection protocols, followed by the continuous collection and analysis of data on the equipment usage and machines and the quality of the technological process. Basically, this data is the key to embracing the Industry 4.0 and quite quickly. One of the main problems for industries is that there is no historical data, and that's why they cannot apply the artificial intelligence and the mathematical models. So basically, the current lack of processes for collecting and storing the data from individual machines. This is the key, and this is what we need to help our customers to fix. So, however, there are two important benefits that could drive the faster adoption of the Industry 4.0 and data collection solutions. So, first of all, we boost overall equipment effectiveness by knowing what exactly happening with the machines and the machine on the shop floor right now, today, and in real time. And through doing that, we are getting better return on core assets of the enterprise. So it's also greatly improves the quality control, and at the end of the day, actually, it affects the productivity, the revenues, and by the way, the worker satisfaction too. And probably we'll discuss this issue a bit later. So speed of the implementation is critical for success, as Kari said, and as I know from my previous experience with SAP and with on-premise monitoring, equipment monitoring solutions, the projects can basically last like months or even years. There is no time today to waste actually strategizing 5 years and implementing another 2 years to get just a simple data. So now it's time to be fast, probably to fail fast, but to give also the fast results to the enterprises. So that's why actually now it's time to offer CloEE and other, let's say, software as a service solutions to the small enterprise, but also the big ones. So in conclusions, I just want to say that I believe that now the data collection solution is the key, because actually it can start resolving the biggest issues of the enterprises like downtime, workforce tracking. Finally, actually it will be the great economic outcome for the enterprises. So we made our solution as simple as possible, having based on 5 years of connecting our customers to on-premise solutions and making them pay hundreds of $1,000s to us. Now we want them just to be as easy as to adopt by any size of enterprise as possible. And I think we're here today to discuss that we are ready to make and share the profits with our partners. That's why we are here. And CloEE is ready and eager to invest into our mutual success. So my message is clear. So let's rock Industry 4.0 together globally. And this is a great opportunity for all of us.
Thank you, Igor. Before maybe Yulia will ask her questions that she probably have. I want just to say that the issue is that there were created a lot of overheating information about AI 5 years ago, 3 years ago, nowadays, especially in the manufacturing, without highlighting that simple thinking, simple data collection can give you enormous results. The first slide that I've shown for €1 million value that we brought to the manufacturer, it was in Singapore. And it's true. I mean, they just basically, based on data collection, save €1 million annually. You don't need AI for that. And you don't need to invest a lot of money in the AI to get those approvals. So, Yulia, please go ahead with your questions.
I think that I have just simple question. Oh, Kari, you want to add something, please?
Yeah, please. So thank you, Igor. So that was so true what you said, and I would just kind of add on my opinion also, what Igor said, and the fact is that if you take the Procter and Gamble's and Bayers and all these guys, big players, they have first spent millions of doing large pilots before they have had kind of the clear decision making on how and what they want to implement. So all that data is available for everyone to check out what they have done and so forth. So you don't need to pilot anymore in that heavily way. And in the end, the fact is that you need to have first the data before you can implement any type of an analytics. And then many times you have failings that you want to just analyze how my packing department is doing. But maybe there's something problem in already earlier stage, but you don't have any data from there. So the fact is that you would need to have as much of data as possible, as quickly as possible. And that the CloEE is your answer to get the data fast, start to use that data, and then improve your operation, and not wait months or years to do that. So I just want to add that the technology has been advanced a lot in a couple of years. It's always running in the cloud. It's easily accessed everywhere you want to have that data. It's available 24/7. Just that comment to add on Igor's previous comments or presentation.
Thank you, Kari. Totally agree with you. So I think that just what I wanted to add, maybe we all are reading a lot of information about trends in IoT industry, and I just wanted to ask you to name some of trends that you really think that they're important right now these days for our customers to implement. So Kari, maybe you will do first. What the main 5 trends in Industry 4.0? You name
Yeah,
the
well,
biggest
again,
ones.
there are a lot of those, but as I said already, I think everything starts from the data collection. And when you have the data, you analyze them. You basically see what is causing the production stop or why the machine is not performing as it should be. So that is the number one. Then it's that you have and you start to use analytics. Either it's an actual AR or if it's a kind of a more simple algorithms to then to use the data to actual find and react before something happens, which is then the second one or maybe third one. It's the kind of predictive things, predictive maintenance. Everyone is speaking about that, but it can predict also how your component storage is what's happening to that. Do you actually have enough components to run all your production plans and so forth and so forth? So the predictive, it's not only the predictive maintenance, but predictive supply chain and so forth. So I would say that those are the three major things. Then comes, of course, the digital twins, which is there are a lot of debate. What is a digital twin? My opinion is that the digital twin, it's the digital version of your production, meaning that you have all the data available, what happens in your machines and in your production lines. And with that digital twin, you can then actually analyze what happens in your machines and in productions. And then with the analytics, you can then improve heavily also automatically the process. But again, the most important is to show where the possible problem is. And now, not like daily, meetings, morning meetings, and people are going through that, what happened yesterday. You need to get the data now if there's a problem now. So I would highlight those four things which are really important. And then, of course, you have the smart workforce planning and optimization and so forth. But I would say that those are really on top of my areas.
Thank you, Kari. Igor, do you want to add something here?
So basically, Kari covered all the topics. What is important now? So probably I will add two more, which will be important in the nearest future. So I believe that cybersecurity in the critical industrial infrastructure will become very important topic, and it's very hot because now it will be the time to protect the machines and the shop floors as digital technologies and connected devices came finally to the shop floors. And the issues that basically we saw in the banks and in retail like 10 years ago, probably in a couple of years will be very important, super important in industrial enterprises, which is not yet. And we all know that the only way how today the industrial enterprise is trying to protect their infrastructure is just they're saying no to to connect anything, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help. So I think this is a really important topic. And for example, we at CloEE, we decided to put all our solutions into Amazon Web Services platform. And we believe that this is the most protected with the protocols and the best way to persuade our customers that our solution is at least secure. So the second point, which is I think is extremely important, this is the digital workplace, because today digital tools actually are enhancing a connected workforce already, and for the nearest future, the industrial enterprises will face the issue of attracting the young generation of the potential workers to the enterprise. And I trust that for those who grew up with the tablets in hands and mobiles, etc., it will be quite difficult to come and work as an operator of CNC machine, for example, if there is no digital workplace and digital tools. And that's why we believe that this is important to connect. This is important to show the dashboard. This is important to help to manage the machines digital. And the third point, yes, I agree with Kari that the predictive maintenance, this is the topic the people has been talking at least for the last 10 years. And I remember myself actually selling the SAP solution for predictive maintenance to many enterprises, but not now, because first of all, there is not enough data as we discussed. So basically, there is no data to understand what is happening with every bit and piece of the machine. And also, we need to get the digital twins from the manufacturer of the machines. Like, the most famous case of the General Electric turbines, and they tried to launch their Predict software to analyze the behavior of the turbines, and they were trying to predict the failures of the turbines, but still actually the project is in let's say stealth mode. They tried to launch it even on the open market, and now they kind of shut it down a bit. And the reason for that, because every machine actually has its own let's say data set, and that's why I really trust that predictive maintenance, this is the future, but not for tomorrow.
Trends in Industry 4.0 today.